What's up, my friend? Happy Wednesday. I'm so glad that you are here today. We've got quite the conversation to have. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, it has been a day. It has been a day, but we are here. The week is officially half over. We've made it to Wednesday night. Congratulations to us. Hello, those tuning in right away. Lissa and Lore and Jordan. Hi, good to see all of you here. I just noticed. Have you guys always been able to see that post-it note right there? I don't. Do I usually? Oh, there we go. I don't usually have that post-it note showing. That post-it note says "blow out your candle." In case you were wondering what it said. It says blow out your candle because I am notorious for lighting a candle and then completely forgetting to blow it out. And I will let the thing burn all day long, which I personally don't mind, but my husband seems to think that it's fire hazard. So I had to write myself a note. Thank you. Thank you. Today I had to test run. This is the first time in, I kid you not, probably 2.5 years, like maybe even longer, that I've busted out a curling iron. Because next weekend is my sister's wedding and it's super low key, real chill. We're doing the bridesmaids are my other sister and me, and we are doing our own hair, we are doing our own makeup. It's really low key. So I decided, because I have not actually styled this new haircut that I have, which has been the same haircut for like a year, but I haven't actually tried to like see what it looks like really straight or see what it looks like curled in case it does something funky that I don't know about. It doesn't. It looks the same as everything else I've ever done, which is fine. But I wanted to test drive it so it wasn't like weekend of, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing with my hair yet. It's going to be an outdoor wedding on July 30th. So we all know that the hair is ultimately going to end up like this, right? It's going to be pulled back in a ponytail on my head, but that's okay. So there's that. That's the story behind why I look fabulous tonight. Sheila, hello. Marlene, right? Hello. Um, Good to see you all. We have something very important to discuss. But first, as per usual, I want to hear all about your highs and lows for the week, my friends. So if you are just tuning in for the first time, highs and lows is an opportunity for us to share with the community some of the best things that happened to us this week. And it doesn't have to be anything like profound or crazy. Just what is your high from the week? And then on the flip side, what is your low? This is gonna make me crazy. That once There we go. There we go. That's better. What is your low for the week as well? No, it's back. Yeah, cool. It's fine. It's fine. We're good. Um, anyway, highs and lows. Let me hear them. What are even my highs and lows? I mean, okay. My high is a whole conglomerate of things. I am down 1.5 pounds since Saturday, why is that important? Because PMS wreaked havoc on me and I just kind of felt like a bloated balloon all weekend. Aunt Flo showed up on Saturday. So it was like the height of all the things. And everything is feeling so much better now. So that 1.5 pounds really was just like whoosh, which was amazing. So I'm feeling very good about that. My low is that I have been in the rut to end all ruts today specifically, but like really all week. Really all week. And I want to get into that a little bit today as well. But also not too much because I uploaded a video that was my rant about my rut that I filmed today too. So I don't know. But oh my goodness, has it been a rut? Let me tell you. Jordan's hi. I figured out who I am. Yes, she has. Oh, we had a very, very triumphant week in coaching this week, and I am so stinking proud of her. Low, I haven't enjoyed housework as much this week. Well, would you like to see Thor: Love and Thunder? Natalie Portman is looking very beautiful and powerful. Wait, Natalie Portman's in that movie? Shows you what I know. Shows you what I know. To answer your question though, yes, I will end up seeing what I like to go with you. No, I'll go with my husband. And actually, let's be honest, we're not gonna go. We don't go see movies. We patiently wait until they're out on a streaming service to see any movie anymore. What was the last movie I was even in the theater for? Probably a Star Wars movie. Probably a pre-pandemic Star Wars movie was probably the last time I was in a movie theater. It has been a long time. A long time. My low is that it's 90 degrees and that's I can't imagine. It gets hot up here. It got hot while I was filming and it was real uncomfortable and it was not 90 degrees in here. It was probably 80, maybe. Um, Got to be something in the air because I'm in the same rut, been trying to be productive around the house. Isn't that so interesting? So, yeah, what is going on with that rut? So, here is what I have been. If you want to keep talking about your highs and lows, go ahead and feel free um, to post them. But the rut, let me tell you, I have today, and so this is just going to be a preview for those of you that decide to actually sit through this, and and watch the video tomorrow. Bonus points for you. Excellent. I love that you've been working out consistently. That is fabulous. That is one thing that I have been nailing. I have been nailing my workouts, and today, even though it's rest day, I went out and got a walk in before it got into the high 80s, and it felt really, really good. It felt really good. Feels like anytime I start gaining momentum in one area of life, another area suffers dramatically. This is normal. This is totally normal. And let me tell you, anybody who tells you all areas of your life are together is lying to you. Like, because that's what this is. This whole concept of balance is actually a myth, right? There is balance, but you have to understand that balance is the active give and take. It's this, it's not this. A balance. This thing, can you picture the thing with like the thing in the middle and the weights and everything? The concept of balance is give and take. It's not perfectly level and equal on all things. And you will find that in any area of life. If you have kids, if you're busy doing things with kids and family time is awesome, work might be suffering, housework might be suffering, self-care might be suffering, right? If you are really into your health and fitness and you're spending the time doing all of the meal prepping and you're doing all of the workouts and everything, there's something else that you are taking time away from that might suffer and as a consequence, right? Some of it ends up being intentional. You do it to yourself, but you choose to prioritize one thing over another. Therefore, that other thing ends up getting a little bit shaky. Or as with Murphy's Law, anything bad that will happen will. Good old Murphy's Law, we could be thriving and actually like killing it and nailing it, and something beyond our control happens. That is actually really typical too. That's why Murphy's Law exists, right? Just this week, I woke up on Monday after, a weekend of dealing with the absurdity of haters hiding behind anonymity. There's the word, anonymity, in my question box on Instagram. That was super fun. But I woke up and I was like, you know what? We're going to have a stellar week. We're going to get all the things done. You're going to feel like a rock star. It's going to be awesome. And I kid you not, by 11 o'clock that day, I felt like all of the energy had drained from my body. And I was like, so about that whole, like, you're going to do everything and it's going to be awesome week, we're off to a rock solid start. It always happens, right? It always happens. So it's super important to be able to pick and choose and discern what needs my attention the most right now. That is very, very important. And that is actually something that I have been really working on as well. Same thing for me being in a rut. I was chatting with a friend today. She felt the same. We can't get into our normal routines. Okay. Yes. I got tricked into changing my schedule and it wasn't extra hours. Oh no. Oh no. That's a bummer. My housework has suffered. Not much, just a bit. But my weight journey is on fire. See, it's give and take, friends. It's give and take. Same happens when my kids are in school since I homeschool. Exactly. So this rut, here's what I have discovered. So today, for example, I got up. I went for a walk. I prepped our lunches. I was feeling like a rock star. And I was like, okay, today's the day. I'm going to do my hair. And then I'm going to do my makeup. And then because I'm all glammed up, I'm going to sit in front of the camera and I am going to film things. And when I tell you that I sat in this room trying to find the inspiration to film something for way too long. And literally at some point I was like this. I'm like, I don't freaking know. What am I even going to say? Literally, that was me, head in my hands, going, what the heck? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do this today? And that's how it has felt over and over and over again. And it's making me insane. It's making me insane because I also took the bold move of pulling the trigger on a whole website revamp, which is really exciting, really stressful, but really exciting. But so I'm pulled in a million different directions, and I can confirm, yeah. I'm pulled in a million directions, and I'm like, I should be right there right there, ready to do things. And instead, I literally am like, I can't, I can't, I can't do it. And I'm trying to figure out why. And so the video that went up tomorrow was literally a conversation that was meant to be an introduction to a vlog. And I didn't even edit that part out. I talked about how this is probably going to be a 2 or 3 day vlog. And by the end of the video, it was not a vlog. It was one take. And but that's okay. And it ended up just me talking through things with myself and kind of figuring out a couple of things. And the first thing I came to realize is this. Last night we had our Patreon member Zoom call, and one of the people that was on it mentioned, you know, trying to gain the momentum to do the things, but also it's summer, and she feels like this is the place where she needs to like take a break because it's summer. And I actually sat and thought about that for a second, and I was like, summer. It is summer. And summer usually means it's a time of rest, it's a time of chill, it's a time of different experiences and different routines. And it's something that's supposed to feel exciting, right? It's supposed to feel freeing, it's supposed to feel looser, you know? And I always would, even when I was counting points and stuff, I'd always change things up. And like the summertime is when I would end up counting calories for the summer, just to switch things up for the summer. And I realized that this summer to me doesn't feel like a summer. It doesn't feel like a summer. And granted, summer 2020 and summer 2021 didn't feel like summers either, but that's because we were quarantined, right? And now the world is pretty back to normal despite maybe what it should be. The reality is we are functioning as if things are back to normal. And so for the first time since living in Minnesota, it's really felt like I'm missing something. I'm missing the group of friends that I can call up when my husband's working late and being like, "Hey, you want to go sit out on the patio and have some wine?" Or go to the local restaurant because they're having an outside music thing on Tuesdays, or the list goes on and on of like fun evening summertime activities that you could do that I just don't do. And I was like, is the fact that it's summertime one of the things that's putting me in the rut? Because I'm real good at getting into the back to school mindset. I'm really good come late August, early September when it's like back to school season, like buckling down and getting it done. I'm very good at that. But right now, I just can't seem to screw my head on straight no matter how hard I turn. And I was like, well, summer. What about summer? So then I was like, well, what do we do about that? Days I do my hair, I literally blank out the rest of my life. That's helpful. I'm like, at least I look cute. At least if I didn't have a live stream and my husband wasn't working late, I would have looked at him and be like, look, I look cute. Take me out to dinner. And he probably would have too, because I actually like curled my hair and don't have a messy bun, and and don't get me wrong, my husband loves me as I am, however I show up. But when I curl my hair, he really likes it. you know um I love your rants, Brianna. Yeah, it's just it was me going on for 16 minutes, and all of a sudden I was like, well, this is no longer an introduction to a vlog. This is me figuring myself out on camera and figuring out what I'm going to do on camera. I associate with feeling hot and miserable and having the pressure of summer work that I procrastinate on because I always had workbooks to do. See? So maybe, I don't know, maybe you're not in a rut, or maybe summer is triggering negative emotions in you, which is why you're struggling and procrastinating right now. If that could be it too. But for many people, and I know and not for everybody, and I want to make something clear because it's been not even brought to my attention. I've called it to my own attention that a lot of times we, as people consuming content and interacting with content creators on the internet, we take what they're sharing and we think, oh, exactly what they're doing is the key to unlocking X, Y, and Z in my life. And then we take whatever it is they're doing that fixed their problem, be it Weight Watchers or healthy or macros or body pump or beach body or um, the power sheets versus Moxie Life and Erin Condren planners and home edit and whatever it is, we try to take verbatim what they are doing and apply it to our own lives, only to realize that that's not the thing that we needed to fix, or that's not the plan that was for us. And then we get frustrated when exactly what worked for you did not work for me. And so going forward in my content, I will probably reiterate on a rest that when I'm sharing stuff, I'm sharing my personal experiences, and I understand that everybody has different circumstances. Everybody has different family relationships. Everybody has different financial situations, marital situations, places they've lived, histories, childhoods, situations, all of these things. Everything is different. So, what I say is not a blanket statement, and it's not me saying, because I feel this way, you should feel this way too. Because I do this thing and it worked for me so well, means that this is the thing that should work for you too. That's not how it should work. Like I say when we read self help books in my community, you take what's valuable to you and you leave the rest. And it's really, really important that we start to discern that that is an option. You have the right to choose and pick and choose which pieces of advice you choose to follow and which pieces of advice you choose to set to the side. You have the right to choose whose opinions are valuable to you and whose are not. You have the right to choose who gets a say and who does not. And so I want to make that very, very clear. The content that I create is entirely based on personal experiences and all of the history and life circumstances that come with that, right? That being said, for me, summer is a time of joy. Summer is a time of fun. Summer is a time of lightheartedness and less work and more exciting things. I was in theater programs and stuff during the summer, and we would go out after rehearsals. And oh my gosh, it was just the time of my life. Even when I was working 3 different jobs, it was the time of my life. And it was great. And I feel like part of the maybe possibly part of the reason that I feel like I'm in this rut and I just can't focus on work is because work is all I have. Work is all I have. So that makes it a lot harder. Since I've stopped consuming so much social media, what I was doing wasn't what I wanted. It was what others were doing or what others like. Yes. So here's what has been happening to me. I have decided, if you haven't, ladies and gentlemen, gone and taken the quiz for Gretchen Rubin's 4 tendencies, you are missing out, because even though everything I just said about experience and blah, 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 blah being personal, this thing will change your life. I promise. It will help you understand yourself in a way unlike anything you have ever known. I am an obliger, as you guys probably all know by now. I'm an obliger. And usually I'm an obliger that leans towards the upholder tendency because we can kind of lean in either direction. So I'm an obliger that technically leans upholder. What I realized today as I was word vomiting things out loud is I am currently going through a stage of obliger rebellion. Like, whoa. Like, whoa. The second that I put something on my to-do list, I don't want to do it anymore. And so because I had so much, I didn't film yesterday, so I had so much pressure on myself to film today. You look cute. You're all done up. The camera's charged. You have to get a video up tomorrow. All of these things pushing on me made me go, I don't want to do any of it. I'm not inspired. I don't feel creative. I don't know what I want to say. None of it. Obliger rebellion. I have not been able to pick up a book and read on a regular basis. I have this app that lets me, tracks my minutes, tracks my streaks, all those things. I've been terrible at using this app until I decided, okay, Brianna, take the reading goal for the month off the table. You don't even have to check the boxes anymore. It's fine. Y'all, I've been reading for 4 or 5 days in a row now without thinking about it, without even thinking about it. And as I'm realizing all this, I'm like, oh crap. Your girl is in a stage of full-fledged rebellion. Rebellion. The second you put the expectation on yourself, you don't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, okay. So we're in a rut and we're in obliger rebellion. What are we going to do about it, Brianna? What are we going to do about it? And here's what I came up with. So we being me, I talk about we when I'm trying to fix myself, right? We are going to let things go. We're going to let things go. And I talked about this a little bit on Instagram and talked about how starting today, I'm going to do a little experiment. This is the last thing I have on my schedule for the week. This is the last thing. So technically it's Friday night for me right now. And then I have a 4-day weekend. Happy day to me. I don't have any commitments for work until Monday now. whether or not I decide to hit publish on the video tomorrow. I plan on it. I just don't have a thumbnail done yet or anything. So I don't know when it'll go up tomorrow, but it'll go up tomorrow. But I don't actually have any work to do. So it's Friday to me. Happy Friday, Brianna. Which means I am giving myself permission to do nothing but what I want to do. And this was inspired by a conversation I had with Jordan earlier today. So thank you, Jordan. I'm going to do nothing but what I want to do for the next week. And at first, you might sit and think about that and be like, well, A, how privileged are you? Yes, I know. Again, we all have different life circumstances. I'm trying to figure myself out, so I have to do what's best for me, right? Oh, I like this. I'm trying to keep up with comments. Everybody's different. What's right for you and works for you. Absolutely. Caitlin is here and she's an obliger. Yes, I'm an obliger too, and I still hate it because I'm trying to fight it. You need to stop fighting it. That's the point. That's the point. You need to stop fighting it because you are not going to change your tendency. That you're not going to change. So you have to figure out how to work with it. You're going to do what you want to do. Yes, I'm going to do what I want to do. But what does that mean? It doesn't mean I'm going to sit on my butt all day and do nothing. But as I've been saying, the second I have been letting go of I have to, it all of a sudden turns into I want to. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. And the same thing happened. Again, I'm repeating myself if you watched my Instagram stories earlier. But I've noticed my husband, God bless him, he's a wonderful, wonderful man. But he has been trying very, very hard to make sure he does more than his 10%. We always joke that he's like, okay, I've done my 10% of taking care of things that's not work. And because like he'll do the dishes or he'll do something. And I'm like, okay, I did my 10%. But he's actually working really hard at making sure that it's a balanced partnership, despite the fact that I'm the homemaker. And so lately he's been doing things like I've been doing a bunch of laundry. I'm like, oh, and I got to fold the laundry. And he's like, babe, why don't you just, we'll do that when we're watching TV later tonight and I'll do the folding. You can sit there and watch TV with me and I'll fold the laundry, or I'll empty the dishwasher, or I'll do blah, 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 or I can make them, he will accept responsibility for a task that normally I would do. And wouldn't you know it, it makes me want to do the thing more because he's willing to take the time to fold the laundry for me. I'm like, no, allow me to do that for you because I want to do that for you. And so but it's a very different feeling than I have to do this. 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 All of a sudden it turns into I get to do this. I want to do this. And if you make that mental change right there, change it from I have to I get to, then all of a sudden you're going to do the thing, right? So how I am embracing that is I'm like, all right, for the next week until this next weekend where we go to my sister's wedding. So we're going to call it until August. It's an experiment for the rest of July. Brianna's going to do only what she wants to do. So when I get up, odds are I'm going to want to work out, especially tomorrow because tomorrow is shoulder day and I love me some shoulder day. But like I get to do what I feel like doing. And this is a very rebel oriented thing. Rebels are, once you tell them what to do, and especially when you tell them when to do it, they don't want to do it anymore. So a very productive way for a rebel to get things done is to write down an entire to-do list of things, but they get to pick and choose and dictate which items they do when. So if they're like, okay, it's time to do blah, 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 let's do that one. And then they'll pick one and be like, okay, then we'll do that thing, right? But nobody's telling them that they have to do this thing by this time, blah, 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 in this hour, whatever. So I'm going to take a page out of the Rebel handbook, and I am going to only wake up and tell myself, you only have to do what you want to do. If you don't want to work out until the middle of the afternoon, you don't have to work out until the middle of the afternoon. If you want to hit publish on your video tomorrow, you can hit publish. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And I'm going to see if that helps shake me from all of this I have to, and kicks me out of obliger rebellion. Because right now I feel like the weight of all of the have tos with the background noise of are we or are we not moving is just weighing me down. And the sad part is, and I know there are going to be some of the haters. We need a better word for haters because I hate that word, but the hater's gonna be like, oh, there she goes again with an excuse as to why she can't be on top of her game. It ain't about you. This is about me trying to figure things out. And here's the reality is that we all struggle. And We all struggle a lot more than we're going to lead on. And this is a beautiful segue right into the next topic, actually. So it's okay for us to struggle. Everybody needs to figure out what will help them out of their thing, out of their rut, their struggle, their excuse, whatever it is. So this is going to be what I'm doing. I am going to do what I want. Use the tendency to your advantage. It works, I promise. Yes, and I've been thinking of you all day. Ever since you sent me those voice memos, I was like, man, she's got a really good point. And I want to do it. I'm always motivated the night before. Then when I have to get up early, I say I can do it tomorrow or the next day, and then I'm rushing. Did you just test, Sheila? Did you test as a rebel? I was trying to embrace it and figure out how to work with being an obliger at one point. The thing is, Lissa, if you don't embrace it, you're just doing damage to yourself. You are an obliger. Period. Hard stop. You are an obliger. And yes, you can have obliger rebellion tendencies. This is what I'm going through right now, but it doesn't make you a rebel. It still makes you an obliger. You're just an obliger that's overwhelmed, which is what I am. And so you can fight it all you want, but it's not going to change it. It's just going to hurt you and take you 10 times as long to get where you want to go. You have to embrace it, and then you have to figure out how to make it work for you. You have to figure it out because it's the only way that it's going to work once you figure out your tendency. This is the thing that happened with Jordan in coaching this week. I'm going to call you out, Jordan, because it's an incredible thing. We figured out her tendency. And after all of this time of working with things and trying to figure things out, it clicked in my head and I went, she's a rebel. She's a rebel. And I immediately said, take this test right now and tell me your answer. And she's like, I'm a rebel. I was like, and I feel like every question that I had was answered, and it's helped her too. And it's not fun to be a rebel. It's not. It's kind of blows because you don't want to do anything when you're told to do anything. It sucks being an obliger too. The only one, well, questioner's fine. Questioners can be obnoxious. I'm married to a questioner, so I can say that. Like hot, like what's the like full-blooded questioner. Slap Eric's face in the book because he's a full-blooded questioner. So they're obnoxious, but like it's not. They're not disadvantaged in any way, really. But like upholder is only the really the only one that you want to be. We wish we were upholders. All of us do, because then we would accomplish everything we set our mind to without even trying, right? But the reality is most of us are not. And so we have to learn to work with our tendencies because working against them is only doing us a disservice. It was what you said about wanting to do something until someone tells you. Oh, yeah, but take the test, though. Take the test. It's GretchenRubin.com/quiz. Everybody who hasn't taken the test, take the test. Answer honestly. And answer as the person that you are now, not this ideal version of the person you want to transform into. Answer honestly. And it is profoundly life-changing. Profoundly life-changing. So anyway, all of that to say, I'm going to do this, do what I want thing to see if it helps me to deal with the weight of everything that's really just kind of stressing me out and making me anxious and making me overwhelmed and everything, which leads me to my next point. Let's talk about Healed Girl Summer. Has anybody heard of this? Has anybody heard of this? I'm a member of a YouTube group. And every month, the person who runs it sends out like SEO checkmark, like really good titles and stuff for inspiration for us. And Healed Girl Summer was one of the things. And I was like, what is a Healed Girl Summer? You've heard of Hot Girl Summer, right? The summer where all of the girls get their acts together and do all of the health and fitness things and drink the kale smoothies and do the 5 million workouts and get hot, right? Hot Girl Summer. And then Hot Girl Summer turned into Healthy Girl Summer. And Healthy Girl Summer is essentially the same thing, but we took the body image part out of it, right? So now you can be Healthy Girl Summer and be any size and still do the same thing that you would for Hot Girl Summer, right? But then this concept this year is apparently Healed Girl Summer. And this takes, it's not about all of the workouts and all of the kale smoothies and weight loss and whatever. It can be part of it. But what it is about taking the summer to address the thing that you need to be healed from and actually do something about it. We'll just put I'm sure I have it somewhere, Sheila, but it's gretchenrubin.com/quiz. That's it. gretchenrubin.com. Open another window unless you're on your phone. Never mind. If you're on your phone, you can't do that. I don't hate being a obliger. I hate the struggle to find accountability that actually works for me, which is why I never even test as an obliger. Yeah, but you are an obliger. We know this about you. So you have to go through and figure out what kind of accountability works for you. And what's going to be not fun for you is it's going to require you to get out of your comfort zone to go find it. Right? You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to go, and depending on what the accountability you want is, if it's at the gym, sign up for a class, sign up for a personal training session, sign up for something, make a friend, talk to somebody, things like that. Like, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone to get the accountability that you need, but it's worth doing. Hot girl summer it is. Okay, yeah. For that reason, it is in fact hot girl summer. True story. But healed girl summer. So the first thing I want you to do, my ladies that are in here with me, what is the thing? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. But what is the thing you have to heal from this summer? For one person, it could be grief. Loss of somebody, loss of someone, loss of something. For some people, it could be past trauma that they're still holding on to, that they need to shake in order to become the better version of themselves. For other people, it could be like me. My thing is I have to let go of this perfection, and I don't even know the words to say it. I need to heal myself from myself, because I'm the one who's doing all of the damage of expectations. Me, singularly, it's me that's doing it. Haters gonna hate. They don't even bother me anymore. So it's like it's not them. It's not the people being like, "Oh, how can you call your YouTube channel a business when you only get 200 views?" Whatever, Sheila or Pam. Sorry, Sheila's the first name that came to my mind, and I don't like using names of people that are in here. Karen, we're gonna use Karen. Sorry, Karen. We don't do that here. We don't do that negativity here. But the expectation of myself, don't think I haven't had that thought myself. And my thought and my expectation is the thing doing damage to me, not yours. And so that's the thing that I need to heal from and let go this summer. And instead, what am I doing? I'm spending the summer piling things on and piling on the expectations and trying to do all of these things, and then wondering why I'm not getting anywhere, and I'm dragging my feet and feeling completely and totally uninspired. You know? No, that's not what I said. And I'm going to call you out right here, because this is how you've been acting all day. I didn't say throw money at something. I said talk to somebody. That's what I said. So somebody around your age that you kind of notice comes to the gym at the same time, walk up to that person and say, hello. What kind of workout are you doing? Tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your name? The accountability, some of the best accountability that you can get is from a friend. It's from a friend. That's some of the best accountability that you can get. My accountability, who got me into working out? She's not on here. She doesn't watch my videos, but her name is Christina. And she is somebody who I was introduced to at church, literally days before my first body pump class. So we were introduced by a mutual friend. Hey, this is Christina. Hey, this is Brianna. Hi. Nice to meet you. And we kind of chit-chatted for a little bit over whatever beverage was at the event we were at, and that was that. And we happened to pass each other when we got to the YMCA the next Saturday. So like 3 days later, we happened to pass each other. And as I was getting checked in, and she was like, oh, hey, reintroducing ourselves. This is not a friendship yet. It's not a friendship yet. And she's like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing for your workout today? And I'm like, well, I'm thinking about going to this body pump class, but I'm not really sure I can do it. And she goes, that's where I'm going. Come with me. I'll teach you. And that was it. Somebody that I had just had casual conversation with and was introduced to became the woman who changed my life. She was not going out to change my life. All she did was invite me to come to her class. And I mean, it wasn't her class. It was the class she was going to. Hi, Kim. I see you. I just haven't clicked on your comment yet. And what happened then? That woman became my accountability to get to class every Saturday morning. And then I befriended the teachers in the class. And then I became accountable to the teachers in the class because that's what I am. I was not obligated to them. But because I was friends with one of them and she told me time and time and time again that I was not obligated to her in any way. I was like, don't you tell me that because I feel obligated to you. I show up. But if it wasn't for that person who just simply said, hey, what class are you doing today? Oh, come with me. That's where I'm headed. Super casual. She is now the woman who years later sends me pictures of her and her transformation photos, basically. Doesn't send them to anybody else. She sends them to me. I haven't seen her in ages, but she keeps me updated because now we are fitness friends forever. Like that's just it is what it is. Like we are bonded by that now. And if we haven't taken that chance, if I didn't choose to get out of my comfort zone that day and trust some random person I met at church, my life would possibly look totally different. My weight lifting journey would definitely look very different because that is the thing that skyrocketed me into the world of weightlifting. That one thing. Oh, that's where I'm headed. Come with me. I will teach you. I'll help you. And she set me up and she was really great about it. And it changed my life. And it changed my life. So what I'm saying, Lissa, is not throw money at it, join another Facebook group. It's do something that you haven't tried yet. Do something that you haven't tried yet. Talk to somebody, a person, not somebody on the internet, a person. If you don't know anybody, go somewhere and meet somebody. You never know who you're going to find. But you have to put yourself out there. You have to get out of your comfort zone in order to do something different and make change and make steps forward. That's how you do it. If you don't have the money to hire a coach, that's fine. Don't go into debt to hire a coach or somebody to be your accountability. Go out and make friends. That's what you need. That's what you need. You need somebody to be accountable to. What did I tell you earlier, though? Because I know where this comment is going. That didn't work. I told you, it's not about what happened in the past. The past is irrelevant. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. It doesn't matter what method failed yesterday. It doesn't matter what method failed yesterday. What matters is that you try something tomorrow. That's what matters. That is what matters. So I don't want to hear, oh, I tried it before and it didn't work. So try it in a different way. Try it with a different person. Maybe that person wasn't the right person. Oh, well, that's fine. Try a different person. Don't have another person? Go out and find one. Go out and find one. The help that you need will come to you as long as you are willing to go out and look for it and commit to it. You know, if you go out there and be like, this is a waste of time, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Right? That's the quote. The same thing applies for whether you think it will help or you think it will hurt. You're right. If you approach something with the attitude of this is not going to work, if you approach the moment of quiet with this is a waste of my time, guess what? It's going to be a waste of your time. You know? You have to put yourself out there. All I'm saying, business cards. What business cards? I'm telling you to go out and make a friend. That's what I'm telling you to do. Talk to somebody. Don't lay things out. Speak to humans, face to face. Make friends. And this is something I'm probably projecting on you because this is something that I know I need. I also need the social interaction. Introvert, extrovert, doesn't matter. I'm an introvert. So if I need the social interaction, odds are you probably do too. And it helps. I was having a macro conversation with a friend that I know in person, can call her and go out to, we go out for salads when we go out, but go out to salads with her. And we were talking back and forth because she wants to start tracking macros. So I've been giving her a couple of tips and talking to her about her goals and things like that. And she's somebody that I met through the church here. So she's one of the handful of friends that I have here. And it's very, very empowering to be able to talk about your goals and your dreams and what you're currently up to with somebody in person. It makes a difference. And I know that's something that I need is more social interaction. I'm very, very excited about social interaction that I'm having on Tuesday. And my husband, I love him to pieces, but he doesn't count, right? He's my built-in social interaction that I get every single day. We all need to go out and get other social interaction when we can as well, in some way, shape, or form. Jordan has been my lifesaver because she and I text and voice memo on a daily basis now. And it is so helpful to me because I have somebody to talk to, right? And she bounces her things off of me. And when I need something, I bounce them off of her. It's very, very helpful. It's very helpful. Waiting in the car, 102. Oh my gosh. Wowza. That's insane. Body pump class. I was always thinking I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't want to walk out of the class halfway. I always think the teacher will be upset. So have you not gone? Okay, let me tell you about body pump. This is not at all where I thought this was going, but it's fine. I got distracted. If I got business card handed to me, I probably want to run the other direction. Yeah, it's not about the business card. It's about walking up to you and be like, hey, my name is Brianna. What's your name? What are you doing? That's what it's about. You got to do the social interactions, right? One of my goals is to get out of my comfort zone. I just never remember to. It's hard. Getting out of your comfort zone is hard. I'm not downplaying that, but it's necessary for growth. It's necessary for growth. Guys, I forked over the money to do the whole website revamp. What felt like before I was ready. I did it. And I'm like, this is terrifying, exciting, but terrifying. And you know what? It got me out of my comfort zone. That yesterday, I had my butt kicked to actually do things and get the things done, right? Today was a completely different day, but every day is a little bit different. But Sheila, if you have not gone to Body Pump, let me tell you how my friend Christina set me up with Body Pump the first day because I can't lift my arms over my head. Remember, I have a disability. I am a disabled human being. My arms don't work well. She got me for Body Pump. You need a bar and you need weights and sometimes you need dumbbells. I did not put weight on the bar to start. Literally, there were no barbells or weights on the bar. I literally just used the bar until I got confident and strong enough to feel like, okay, let me put the smallest plate possible. And there was this very kind woman at the body pump class who actually had very, very tiny 1 pound weights that went on the bar. And she goes, because she heard me talking, and she was like, would you like me to bring those weights for you? Because like the smallest weight increment was 2.5 pounds. And this kind woman brought me these 1 pound weights every single week at class so I could have a little weight to increase by, a little weight. And it was just so nice to be able to go little by little, and my weight grew little by little by little. And in the grand scheme of like a normal able-bodied person, I still don't lift all that much. But what started as no weight on the bar and 1 pound dumbbells for like biceps and stuff, y'all, I do shoulder lifts with 10 pound dumbbells now. I do bicep curls with 5 or 6 pound dumbbells now. It takes time. That was what, 3 years ago? It takes time. But you should go to the class. And if all you have to do is use no weight at all and just go through the motions, or you put no weight on the bar and just go through the motions, you will feel so good. Body pump is so much fun. It is so much fun. And it is what got me into weightlifting. Well, you got to find the right time to do it. But if you end up seeing the same person and you make eye contact and you smile and you blah, 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 and chat when I'm not trying to if I find a card with contact information where I can reach out and chat when I'm not trying to get things done to be a lot nicer. Oh, yeah, no. Well, what do you do? Just lay them around? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't I've left around like cards that are like invitations to church services before for like Christmas and Easter and stuff. But that's if someone finds it and they go, oh, interesting, but not like, hey, call me, I need a friend. I'm not going to do that. No. I'd rather you put yourself out there and speak to me, But anyway, Healed Girl Summer. This is all kind of relevant to the concept of Healed Girl Summer. What is it that you personally need to heal from this summer? Think about it for a second while I take a drink of water. And then, what is it that you're going to do about it? What kind of things do you need to do to heal from that thing? And it's going to look different for everybody. Like I said, for me, my thing is the perfectionism and the weight of my own expectations. So, what am I doing? I am removing said expectations for a while. And in the hopes that not, I will do nothing. That's not the goal, remember. But the goal is by telling myself that I can do what I want on a given day, I will hopefully want to do some of the things that I should be doing. But because I'm not obligated to do it, if I decide, nope, not going to edit today, not going to film, don't want to vlog, nope. And that's okay. That is going to make a difference for me, right? My thing is healing from myself, but you might be healing from trauma. You might be healing from guilt. You might need healing from loss. The approach to that is going to be different to everybody. It's going to be different. And so what I want you to do for Healing Girl Summer is to think about it. Hello, Dina, thank you so much for coming. I want you to stop and think about, what does Healing Girl Summer look like to you? I was originally going to turn Healing Girl Summer into a vlog, and I was like, and I might still at some point, or Healed Girl Summer. And instead, I decided to talk about it here because I think it's something that a lot of us need to think about. I think it's something that a lot of us need to think about. We all have to heal from something, even if it's just ourselves. And summer is a really great time to do that because of the different feeling that summer has. Like once you get back to school, I haven't been in school in years and I haven't worked in a school district in years, and I still feel like back to school is a thing. Like I gear myself up. So summer is the opportunity we have to kind of lean into that healing process of whatever it is we need to be healed from, and embrace it and hopefully come out on the other side a little bit better for it, because it's not about hot girl summer and trying to get skinny. I have given up on trying to get skinny, y'all. Skinny ain't gonna happen for me. Fit might happen for me. Thinner might happen for me. Skinny ain't gonna happen. That ship has sailed. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I have broken free from that. This is a whole other topic, but I'm working on the whole breaking free of body shame, totally stealing the title straight from the book that I read. Breaking free of the body shame, but also at the same time being okay with there being a weight loss journey as part of the bigger picture, but not letting the weight loss journey be the end all be all. The scale rules all. I had a conversation with somebody in my Instagram DMs today who was so fixated on the scale and couldn't figure out why the scale did this. Never mind the fact that she had lost 100 pounds. 100 pounds. But she was so fixated on these other pounds. And I was like, look, have you ever considered looking at other aspects of your fitness journey and think maybe it's time to switch to something different? And she's like, no, I never really thought about that. Whatever it is that's holding you back, time to address it, right, friends? All right, we got 10 minutes left, which is mind-boggling to me. So I'm going to open the floor up for some questions, if anybody has any questions about anything. And while you guys ask, if you ask, I'm going to show you what I got from Amazon today. Speaking of the like the calm and the chill and the Healing Girl Summer and the doing what I want, y'all know I picked up a new hobby of crochet, right? And I'm not good at it yet. I have one blanket that I'm working on like a rock star, and it's turning out really, really well. It is the same stitch over and over and over and over again, but I couldn't help myself in my purchases. And so today, the Amazon man delivered the crochet stitch dictionary. Y'all, I knew that there was more than a couple of stitches. I did not realize just how many stitches there were. Oh, wait, but hold on, there's more. How many different stitches for crochet there are. There's like 200 of them in here. And I was like, oh, dang. I'm in for it. But I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to learn. I want to do it. And then I saw this at Michael's and I decided that I had to have it, but it was cheaper on Amazon. The Crochet Cafe, amigurumi, amigurumi. I don't know what that word is, but you can make like look, crochet falafel. How? Tell me that's not the cutest thing in the world. In the world. First question is in. What did you have for dinner? We had leftover chicken and roasted Brussels sprouts and quinoa with a homemade teriyaki sauce that was thebomb.com. Thank you very much. Never again. I'm never buying teriyaki sauce ever again because now I know how to make it and it is so good. It is so stinking good. It's not a diet recipe. It's sugar, soy sauce, the works, but I was so proud of this teriyaki sauce when we made it. It came in, we have the Adventure Challenge books. We now have 3 of the Adventure Challenge books. And one of the ones that we have is the new Dinner Dates book, where you literally have the, like you scratch off like the little, what you're doing for dinner, like in terms of what's the mystery event. And then you don't know what the recipe is. It tells you what the meat is, like kind of where it falls on the calorie scale and how much time it takes and how much money it's going to cost you. But you don't know what the recipe is until you snap the thing open and decide that that's your date. And we made pork dumplings. The dumpling part was actually pretty terrible. It was flour and water and it tasted good, but y'all, the pork itself, we took the leftover that wasn't fitting in a dumpling and we just cooked it up in a pan and it was so good. So I'm going to take that recipe. I'm going to make new teriyaki sauce and I'm going to make that ground pork with all of the marinade and stuff that the recipe gave us and just eliminate the dumpling part. We're going to put it over rice and it's going to be so good with some vegetables. Oh. But so all that to say, from that date night, we had teriyaki sauce left over. So I made teriyaki marinated chicken and then we put the extra sauce on top. Oh my gosh. Yes. Kim, I plan on at some point making the sauce on camera. Oh my gosh. It's so good. So good. A sampler blanket. Interesting. Frosted mini wheats crochet dumplings. Yeah. And then, so good question, Jordan. I had to. I saw it was a thing and I had to. I don't know how long it's going to be before I can make anything out of this book, but it's hardcover. It's beautiful. It's going to live over with my, right there. Those are my illustrated versions of the Harry Potter books that I just got. But can we talk about the Dobby? Can we talk about the Dobby that is in this book? I have to find him. Where is he? Page 47. And it says he's only a 2 lightning bolts on the difficulty scale. I mean, how freaking cute. So I have to learn what stuff like this means. This is what I have to learn. Like, this is how you make it. These are the directions. I don't know what any of this means yet. I have to learn. I have a lot to learn, but that was the fun stuff that I purchased for my crocheting stuff. And I'm very excited about that. That is one of the things that I'm leaning into. I find crochet to be very, very relaxing and just chill. And I could sit, my husband and I are listening to audiobooks. I sit and crochet. I'm listening to friends. I'll sit and crochet. I'll sit in dead silence. I'll sit and crochet. I've been really enjoying that blanket. I am now the pro at the half double. Is that what it's called? Half double? I think that's what it's called. And so I'm very, very good at that one thing. And I can kind of do a single crochet, half double crochet, I think is what it's called. And that's the one I'm doing now. But apparently I have like 298 other stitches to learn. So it's a hobby that I don't want to give up on, because there are a lot of times I'll be like, oh, this sounds interesting. And I'll buy a couple, like the diamond paintings and this and that. And I'll be like, oh, that was fun for a hot second. But like, this is something I really want to get into because I think it would be so much fun. Not to mention that if you get really good, you can do things like crochet yourself sweaters. And Lord knows I love a good sweater, which would be a lot of fun. Or socks. So yeah. I'm so excited. I just kind of want to dive into all those things. And I also joined a book club for, oh gosh, what book is it? Hang on, I gotta look. It's one of the books that like was kind of on my radar to read anyway. And then somebody in some group that I'm in on Facebook ended up saying that they're starting a group for it. Yes. Oh, yes. Tutorials. No. I've got it. I've got the thing for you. Give me a moment. I'm pulling up my YouTube history here. Where do I go for my history? I got to go to the main page. I will send you the link to the video. Ooh, now on all of my recommended feeds, I'm getting crochet patterns and stuff. And I'm like, oh, it's all so pretty. I want to do it all. I will show you the video of the nice Indian lady who showed me. Where is it? Here it is. Here is. I got to pause it. Here's the link to the nice lady. Although I think 1890, I don't know. There might be coding for a specific time at the end there, but that's the link. That's the nice lady right there who showed me how to do the crochet and explains it so stinking well. And then there's one more video that you need. This is, I'm trying to wait for it to load. There we go. This is the blanket that I'm making. It's supposed to be a baby blanket and made with fluffier yarn, but the technique is what I'm using. I made mine bigger than she says. I did 100 stitches across, but instead of like the 57 or whatever she did, but that blanket is what I'm making just out of my own yarn choice. So those two videos single-handedly got me started. I started the single stitching thing, and the weird shaped creation that I made out of the ice cream yarn was just with the Indian lady. And then the second thing I learned from her, and then I found the baby blanket thing, which was the same stitch. So those two things worked together, and that's everything that I've done so far. And the amount of, oh my gosh, the amount of things that I want to try. And oh my gosh, I'm just so excited, and also very like, I tried to do just the half double crochet again with the smaller yarn, and while it turned out better than it did when I tried it the first time, which is what encouraged me to go get the bigger yarn to begin with, it still was a hot mess. So it's going to be interesting to try to do things with smaller yarn after working with the bigger yarn for so long, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I think one of my next projects is going to be, after I finish the blanket, I want to crochet myself a basket for my crocheting stuff. Right? That seems pretty practical, right? Oh, thank you, Lissa. The book for book club. Got distracted by crocheting. What app am I looking for, y'all? Kindle. That's what I'm looking for. It is Get Out of Your Head, Stopping the Spiral of Toxic Thoughts. And it's by Jenny Allen. This is what it looks like. Oh, JK. Where did the cover go, man? Really? There. That's what it looks like. And I like that book had been coming up on my list of like books that are currently in and highly rated and whatever. And apparently there is like a Philippians Bible study that can go along with this, which I was like, ooh, interesting. So when some person who wasn't me was like, hey, I'm doing a book club on this book. Does anybody want to join? I was like, yes, thank you. Because then I don't know, all I have to do is read the book and show up instead of like actually run the thing, which is great. So I joined that too. I think she was in the Power Sheets group, if I remember correctly, but I'm not entirely sure. So anyway, crochet and book club and doing what I want. That's what this is going to be. That's what this is going to be. So for the rest of my summer, that's kind of my focus. And I'm hoping that what it'll do is it will alleviate whatever rut this is and just kind of help me to want it. The goal is to help me to want to do the things again. And I'm so bogged down with feeling like I have to that I just no longer want to. So that's the goal. And on that note, my friends, it is 8:00. Thank you for hanging out with me for this past hour. I hope you all got a little something on it. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. I've actually been being driven crazy by those, but I haven't curled my hair in such a long time that I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. So I even FaceTimed my sister and I was like, this is what I'm going to look like at your wedding. Do you approve? And she goes, yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's a real low-key wedding, which I really like because I don't want to do all the fancy. So we're only doing the kind of fancy. My bridesmaid dress is from Amazon and was like $45. And it's great. I get to wear my own jewelry. I'm wearing the necklace that my husband got me for our wedding and my wedding rings and just some basic studs. I'm doing my own makeup. I'm doing my own hair. And my sister's going to pin it back. My not getting married sister. My other sister's just going to pin it back for me. That's going to be great. I love it. So anyway, thank y'all for hanging out. This was so much fun. I hope that you got something out of my whole spiel on everything that I am going through. There will be more as I go through what I'm going through in real time. I'll keep you all updated about it. But thank you for hanging out, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a wonderful rest of your week, my friends.